Hello, welcome to another episode of Cracking the Cryptic, and this is by lithium ion. I don't think we've featured them on the channel before. It's a type of battery, I believe. We'll see how we go as we solve this puzzle under our own power. But do give it a try on the first link under the video. There are a lot of other links under the video that I call your attention to that can take you, for instance, to our Patreon site, where we release a Sudoku hunt on the 1st of every month, and you can enter it in a competition until the 20th. Or, of course, you can just interact with all the other stuff we put up on Patreon. There's a lot of content, and it's the best value you can possibly have for $2 or $3 a month. Solution videos to previous hunts and that sort of thing. There's a lot going on. Anyway, check that out. Also, our apps, which are on one of the links under the video, and they are fantastic value too. 100 puzzles in each app for about $5 or $6. Hints available, all sorts of ways of completing the puzzles, and they're by some of the best setters around, many of them, so give them a try. There's our merchandise, there's Sven's SUDOKU PAD, loads going on, and the first link is to Parity Loop by Lithium Ion. And I'm going to go through the rules now. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 is going to have to go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. All the even digits in the grid, except the even digits in the center box, form a single closed loop that moves orthogonally, that's either horizontally or vertically, through the centers of cells, and does not branch, overlap, or touch itself, not even diagonally. There's a big loop of the even digits around this puzzle. It only moves orthogonally, and yeah, okay. A digit in a circle indicates exactly how many circles contain that digit. That's the circle rule that's become popular lately. Digits in a cage sum to the value given, so those two add up to 10. Digits in a thermo must increase from the bulb end. So we get bigger as we go up the bulb. That's it. A parity loop by lithium ion. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Right. The first thing I am thinking about this puzzle, in which we have very little information apart from the business, that we've got the circles and we've got a couple of tiny little thermos and cages. Forget them for now. Let's think about the even digits. Because it is no secret that every row, column and box of a Sudoku has 4 even digits, the numbers 2, 4, 6 and 8. But we're going to have to make a loop around this grid and catch them all from 8 of the boxes, not the center box, forget that. Maybe actually I'll just bar that off with a green line. We're not interested in the even digits in the center box yet. But we are interested in all the other even digits. Now, we've got to pick up 4 in the top row, and 4 in that column, and 4 in that column, and 4 in this column. Now, okay, I'm going to tell you that the corners are odds in this puzzle straight away. Because if you were to put an even digit in the corner, how would the loop get out of that box in 2 ways? The quickest way out is that way, and that would take 5 even digits into the box. So that's not happening. I also have a feeling that all of these 3 are going to be even in each perimeter bit. Why do I think that? Because if you try and connect up all of these even digits in a single, forget that it's a loop for the moment. Think of it as an orthogonally connected region. You couldn't have, well, you certainly couldn't have them broken up, because that's going to involve too many cells. You're just never going to get out of the top row enough. So you couldn't have them in separate segments. It's got to be one segment of the top row. Now, I'm going to eliminate the idea that it could be those 4 if I can. And that is because I just feel it can't. Then you would have to get out of this box by going 1, 2 there, and then 1 here. Now you would only be allowed one more cell in row 2. That would have to be there, so you'd have to come straight through that area. But now you're also going to have to get to 4. Do you know, maybe it is possible. No, it's not. It's not. And it's quite complicated, actually. It's not simple. I think I've got an instinct for this from having done puzzles, created puzzles with this sort of grouping before. But if you tried to make any set of those 4, by which I mean the ones abutting the corner cells, on the loop, what I said is true. To get out of box 2, you can't use any more in row 1, so you're going to have to get out that way. That's used the three of the 4 even cells in row 2. So to get out of box 1, you're going to have to come directly south. Now you've used all the evens in row 2. So in row 3, well, this line has to come here. We've still got to get 2 more into box 3, so we'd have to come there. Then we have to move on that way. This line, this is going to cause the problem, because we're going to have to get straight out of row 3. Now we're going to have to pick up 4 cells in column 1, so we can't come into column 3 yet. But now we can never get out of column 1 again, because we've already used the 4 in column 2. So that is quite complicated, but that will apply throughout the grid. You can never use these cells next to the corners in the loops of 4. That surprised me by how complicated that was, because my brain immediately said we're going to have to use these 3 in each bit of the loop. And we are now, because we know we have to connect all the 4 in the top row. And that's going to include the 3 there, the same in the bottom row, the same in the right-hand column. So those are all evens on the loop. Now there must be a dichotomy available, because either we take that cell or we take that cell, and that is going to definitely give us... So if we take that cell, then we go here, and we're going to have to get out of this box having only taken 4 cells in it, but then connect to this bit of loop. So I think we're definitely going to have to use those cells. Then we're going to use that one and that one. Similar sort of story here. We're going to have to get into box 8 that way. And I think we end up with that pattern. And, well, that's interesting, because at that point, I don't know, in the corner boxes, we connect up the line twice using the row 2 column 2 or its equivalents, and twice using the row 3 column 3 in its equivalents. And that will work then. But is this domino pattern the one that's right, or is it the other one, assuming that we came out of row 1 in column 7, and then these dominoes will apply, because this is the kind of mirror symmetry, no, rotational symmetry version. Those dominoes will apply. Right, well, I know which it is now. First of all, here's a useful thing, but I don't think this is the decisive thing. This 10 cage has 2 digits of the same parity in it to add up to 10. Now the decisive thing is the 9 cage, which has 2 digits of opposite parity in it to add up to 9. You can just practice that for yourself. But anyway, that means that one is odd. If this one is even, that is odd. Now we have to escape that way. In fact, we can draw all of those 3 in. We need a 4th one in box 7. That's going to go into this box. I wonder, can we draw the whole loop now? Because that must continue there and there. I think we probably can. We're going to have to pick up that domino when we come out of... Oh, well, no, actually, look at this. We're not allowed to use 2 cells in column 3. We need 1 more in column 2. Then we go there. That's the last one in column 3, so we go there. Now we need a 4th one in row 1. We don't need a 4th one in row 9, so we have to escape from where we are. That's 4 in box 8, so we come into box 9. Now I'm certain this does resolve itself. Now we've used all 4 in row 2, so we come to here. We need a 4th one in box 3. Then we have to get out of box 3. We need a 4th one in column 9. Then we have to get out of there. And then this is blue. And there is our loop. We've done it. That is the parity loop of the title. And we can colour in all the oranges. Do you know what I haven't done in this puzzle yet? Is count the circles. That's very strange for me in a circle puzzle. It's normally the first order of business. But I got so intrigued by the loop that we've done the loop. Now, I'm going to count the circles next. I'm going to count the even ones. 1, 2, I think I've reduced the job slightly. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, there are 12 even circles currently. We don't know what colour this circle is, but there are 12 currently. And the rule with these circles is we know that all of the digits in blue are even digits. So if there's a 2 in a blue circle, then there are only 2 blue circles with 2's in. So what we basically need to do is come up with a sum that adds up to either those 12 or include this and make it 13 of even digits. Well, if you're only adding even digits, you can't add this one in. So actually this must be odd. So we're coming up with a sum of 12 using even digits. Now, that could be 8 plus 4 or 6 plus 4 plus 2. It can't be 8, because if we were colouring 8 of the 9 8s in the puzzle, if we were circling 8 of the 9 8s in the puzzle, then we would be circling at least 1 in box 4 or box 8, and there are no circles there. So everything in the blue circles is 2, 4 or 6. And let's fill that in as numbers that we've begun to do. Oh, this becoming orange has finished off the colouring in the central row. I hadn't seen that. And I'll park that thought there. Now, 2, 4 and 6. Right, that is a 2, 4, 6 triple. This is a 2, 4, 6 triple. That is going to use up the 2 2's that are in circles. So none of these other circles contain a 2. And now we've got a 4, 6 pair there and a 4, 6 pair there. And along with the original triples we found, that's going to use up the 4 4's that appear in circles. So these other remaining hanging circles are 6's. And we have our first digits in the grid after 10.5 minutes. So those are 6's. I thought that was going to solve a lot of the numbers in the puzzle, and it doesn't, or does it? That's a 2 8 pair because we've got 4 and 6 marked. That's a 2. Oh, that's an 8 in box 6. That's an 8 in box 7. In some ways, they would have been the easiest digits to do first. That forces 2 and 8 there. Then we've got an 8 in one of those cells, an 8 in one of those two. Don't really know. An 8 in one of those 3. But we've got a 2 there that is ruling out 2 from those. So one of those is a 2. This now sees the 2 from there and 8 and 6. So that's a 4. This is now a 2 8 pair. There's a 2 in one of those. Yeah, we knew that. Okay. Don't say it like it means something. Right, there's a 6 in one of these, and we know where that goes. So 6 there, 4 there. That's become a 2 6 pair. Whatever this is that digit, so it's 2 or 6. And that becomes a 4, that becomes a 6, that becomes a 6. This is a 2 4 pair. That can't be a 4. Oh, hang on, we've got a 2 4 pair in this column. That's an 8. And we've got a 4 6 pair there. So we know a lot about row 1, 2 and 8 and 2, and that's a 4, and we might be able to finish off all of the even digits, although I don't know, it's not looking that good at the moment, is it? We're not getting it done at all, so maybe not. I'm surprised actually. Oh no, of course we've got the central box where we don't even know where they go yet, but that was quite a good effort on even digits. Now, odd circles. Haven't counted these yet. Time to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have to make up 10 using odd numbers, and that's either 1 plus 9 or 3 plus 7. So is 9 possible? Are there 9 spots for 9s? Actually, yes. Yes, that would be where the 9 9s go if 9 is one of the digits that's going in circles. And that would be a 1. But 7 of those 9 circles could be 7s, and you could put 3s in the others. So we're still going to have to resolve that. Okay, let's start with this thermo, which is fully odd. 1 or 3, 3 or 5, 5 or 7, 7 or 9. So 1 and 3 are definitely in this column. 1 is in one of those cells, 3 is somewhere here. So these cells are from 5, 7 and 9. Oh, we've got this 10 cell here, 10 cage, which is either... Ah, right, okay, the 2 circles, we're either using 7 and 3 or 1 and 9. So the 2 circles in this box add up to 10, and those add up to 10, and therefore we're putting 5 in this cell, and 5 in one of those 2, and 5 in one of these 3. Oh, that doesn't quite get us done. This is either 1 9 or 3 7, and so is this pair. Okay, that didn't resolve as I thought it would, whether we were on a 1 9 or a 3 7. Let's look at this thermo. Okay, this is quite interesting because the top of it sees 6 and 8. So if I was goodliffing this, putting all the possible pencil marks in, I think I would put 1 3 or 5 there, 3 5 or 7 here because we're climbing in odd numbers. Now this can the only even digit it could be is 4. And then it could be any of the odd digits. Ah, that's quite annoying. I wonder if I've missed something about the colouring. I don't know. Let's assume I haven't. So 5 is never going in a circle. We know that. Okay, that's quite interesting because in column 2, 5's in one of those cells. Then 5's in one of those 2. Oh, 5's never going in a circle, so this is not a 5. This is a 7 9 pair. This is a 1 3 5 triple, and these are definitely 7 and 9 on the thermo up here. That's interesting. Now 9 is in one of those 2, and one of those 3. 7 is in one of those 2 in box 1. 9's in one of those, as so is 7. These are from 1 3 5, as is that at the bottom. Now, I haven't really thought much about the actual constituents of the 9 cage. This is 4 6 or 8 by Sudoku, so that's 5 3 or 1 by arithmetic. Not actually all that helpful. Do I need to think more about this thermo? Can that really be a 4? Oh look, I've got 4 evens in column 4. I've had that for ages. Numpty. That is 4 6 or 8. Oh, I've got 8 up there as well, so okay, that just tells me that's not an 8 at the bottom. That's 2 4 or 6. This is the same as that. One of these is 2 or 4. How? I don't know. This probably does result. Oh, that pair adds up to 10, so this pair also adds up to 10. So it's got either a 9 or a 7 in it. It's either 9, 1 that way round or 7, 3 sort of the other way round. This is not a 5 and not a 7. So that's 1, 3 or 9. This isn't quite oh, we've put 9 in a circle. There we go. We've got 9s in circles. So we can fill in all the 9s in circles that we can achieve. It was much more straightforward than I was trying to achieve. And the other circle is a 1. There we go. Oh, well, this will solve the puzzle. Good. Right, now this is a 1, 5 pair. This is a 3, 7 pair. This is all we needed. 7, 3. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light losing its religion. We get a 1 there and a 5 there. 5, 9. That's not a 9, so it's 1, 3 or 7. I mean, I'm assuming this is going to solve the rest of the puzzle fairly handily. It does look like it's working quite nicely. This is now a 1, 5 pair. So this can't be 6 anymore, which doesn't resolve it. This is a 3, 7 pair. That's a 1. This is from 3 or 5. There is a 7 in these cells. 7, 4, 8, 2. This is 1, 3 or 5. So I want to say that has to be a... Oh, no, this can't be a 9 anymore. So this is definitely not a 7 now by thermo, I suppose. Therefore, it's 5 or 3. This is 3 or 1. That leaves only one place for 5 in row 2. That forces the thermos. Now that can't be a 7. This is 4 or 5, which is very, well, a slightly surprising outcome to me. We've got 3 and 1 done there. That's the top rows done entirely apart from that pair of circles. 6, 8, 2, 4, 9. We've got 7 in one of those. 7 and 3 are done down here. So are 1 and 5. That completes the 9 cage with an 8. Now we need 8 in one of those 2 cells in the central box. That's not an 8. It doesn't quite tell me that that's an 8, as I suspect. This is 4 or 5. Oh, look, I've got a 5 looking at it. There we go. A bit more Sudoku. And that's now a 6. That's going to sort out the coins at the top. That's a 2. This is now a 3, 8 pair. But that one has to be even. So this one is odd. And now I think I can fill in my remaining odds and evens, complete the colouring. That must be a 2. That's going to sort out all the blue numbers. 4, 2, 8. That looks like it works. That's 6 and 4, 6 and 2. That's all the blue numbers done. That is a 1 to complete its column, and that is going to get quite a lot of stuff done for me. 3, 7, 5, 1, 7, 3, that's a 5, and a pair to finish off, 5 and 3. Lovely stuff. So the solution is correct. Good to see. And our parity loop is powered to perfection. That's a really intriguing puzzle. You do have to think about the geometry. I mean, I was quite good on that, and that's partly because I've kind of put together loops before and seen these patterns of 4s around the grid. Some of it was instinctual for me, and some of it was, more of it had to be worked out from first principles. But it's a very clever puzzle and very good use of Sudoku geometry, I would call it. Thanks for watching, as always, on the channel. Hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.